Can you really be gay if you don't have gay friends? I want the fames to look at me. I want the baddies to look at me. I want the baddies to be like, damn, who is she? Is that a girl? Is that a boy? What is that? Ndiyayifuna ndiyamfuna. That's what I want. Ndifuna usurroundwa ngamangazana ndibe ngathi ndiyihabli. Ndisurroundwe. Noba ndizuwina. Ndifuna nje la atmosphere yabo. La nje usurroundwa ngamangazana. What is Gucci Khan Eaters? My name is Push, aka the creative queer, the masculine. Cotton eating queen kumganikazi drip magas with fit. A captain of cool, a grill gan. Welcome back to yet another video. Another week, another video. Yeah, I hope you guys are keeping well. I'm somebody's girlfriend now, so that's out the way. I know you guys probably have been hearing me say my girl, the girl in Tliksanana, yeah. I didn't want to claim her. I don't want to claim her before I pop the question. I do think it's important, and I know we do this as gay people, where, you know, we started talking phase nomtu, and then talking phase best stronger, and then you call each other baby, and then next thing you know, it's nyajola, and there was never a discussion about it. It was even like a discussion topic on TikTok, and you know, it's all kiki and kaka and stuff like that. But I do think the importance of, I do believe in the importance of having a conversation with the person that you want to be in a relationship with. And this is something I learned even from Uma Mawam when we did the segment, which I think needs to come back. You guys must tell me in the comment section. When we did the segment of asking my mom for relationship advice, where she's like, you know what, in the beginning of a relationship, it's really important to establish what are your expectations out of a relationship, because people, or romantic relationship, because people have different ideas based on indlela abakhuliswa ngayo yoba i-relationship intoni kanye. You know, you'll find yourself, you know, talking phase nomntu jigi uyaclaima ebantwini anithethanga ngayo, anithethanga nge-expectations zenu about, you know, what it is that you want going into the relationship. And then you find that relationship ayisebenzi, not because mhlawumbi of anything particular, but you guys are just not compatible in terms of what you want out of a relationship. Abanye abantu in a relationship see a relationship as a friendship, a partnership, which is what I see it as. But abanye abantu kind of see it as funeka undenzele XYZ. You know, ziyahlukana man expectations, I think, in a relationship. And I really think it's important to solidify the next stage in the relationship, because as a talking phase, now we are, you know, dating. In the same way, you're gonna ask for her hand in marriage, because I'm chata. So yeah, man, that is that, and that is my 2 cents on, you know, asking somebody out. But you know how we do it up at Kaya. I'm gonna start off with some gay news. In fact, this stuff happened a couple of weeks ago. In gay news, that Caster Semenya won her case against the Switzerland court. If you recall, I think sometime in 2019, she was banned by World Athletics from competing because they wanted her to reduce her natural testosterone levels so that she can compete with those losers. Initially, I was excited. Well, I am excited that, you know, it is a win and a step in the right direction in terms of, you know, World Athletics and allowing, you know, cisgender athletes to compete in that way. But I initially thought, oh, okay, it means she can run again. But actually, the more I read, it didn't actually mean that she can run again. It only, that European Court of Appeal, I think it was. Let me just check this article. Was it at the European Court of Human Rights found that Switzerland and that court did not do like a proper review of the case, and it didn't necessarily mean that they found that Switzerland was discriminatory per se. So it's still a journey. It's still a journey that she has to fight, and I'm quite sad about that aspect of it. And it kind of like, it's like years lost. She can't compete, like years that she can't take back. But I do understand that. I think for her, it's about generations to come after that. That this will open a lot of doors for other, athletes. Because it's just like, imagine Michael Phelps wa maka reduce inyawo zakhe because inyawo zakhe zimnika an unfair advantage. Iphambene mos lonto leyo. So yeah, man, I was happy to hear about that. At least. In other gay news, did you guys watch Dana and Megan on podcast ka AD? I am shocked that those two are still together. I am shocked, but again, like my girlfriend said when we were discussing this, initially I thought, no man, Megan is trapped. She's trapped by this controlling Dana person. But the more I look into it, the more I'm like, actually, Megan is as big of a villain as Dana is. And again, we can't disturb a couple that is taking each other to hell. It seems like Megan enjoys that kind of toxicity. Because if you even watch that podcast, there's a part where Dana's like, where Megan was explaining that she was having a panic attack, and emotionally it wasn't a fun ride to be in this experiment. And then Dana's like, yeah, we got a bit of a drama queen here. Imagine umntu wakaxeba uyi-drama queen because we had a panic attack. Yeah, man, I don't know how you guys feel about sort of the aftermath of the show. Obviously, the couples now are allowed to speak on their individual social media platforms. And usually after, the show has aired, different podcasts will do different reviews. And I go sometimes down that rabbit hole. But I was really disappointed to see Megan and Dana still together. I thought after the show, Megan would have reflected. Abon by here, I umntu wakudlalile ngaye. Like, I was just like, she's in hell and no one can save her but herself. No one can save her but herself. But anyway, I think those are essentially all the gay news that I have for you guys this week. Before we jump into today's video, let's go. In today's video, as you can see by the title, can you really be gay if you don't have gay friends? Now, this conversation, I want to kind of give a background, go see what really prompted it or where am I coming from. Recently, I was out and about and I saw this other acquaintance of mine at a party, and me and her were like chopping it up and whatnot, and the topic of community and gay friendships came up, and I was just getting to know her and her perspective on things, and she was like, I don't have any gay friends, and I was like, what? You don't have any gay friends? Like, how does that work? Unjani lo life where you don't have gay friends? Like, to me, it's unfathomable. It is just unfathomable. And when I contextualize it and bring it home to myself, before I even had gay friends, I knew I needed and wanted gay friends. So Andy has low life of not having gay friends. And can you really be gay and be yourself and really truly entrench yourself and just be yourself without gay community and gay friends? Because when I didn't have gay friends, this is what was one of the parts of my life that I think were missing. In high school, in fact, when did I realize I was gay? I think I realized when I was much younger, but I didn't know what it is, what to call it, etc. So as I grew up, I came to sort of understand what it is and the fact that it's acceptable. And the more ndikula, the more ingqondo yami ivuleka. I then moved to Joburg, and I think when I moved to Joburg, I the yearning just became stronger because one, Joburg is a city. There's a lot of gay pride happens here, and I'd see it on social media, and then the FOMO of what it's like to actually live what I feel inside. And when I moved to Joburg, I had a lot, or a lot of the friends that I had were friends from back home. A lot of my friends went to universities in Johannesburg or in Gauteng, and they went on to work in Gauteng as well. So when I moved here and I joined them, I had friends, I had people to hang out with on the weekends. But again, there was this very strong yearning for community, and I think this is one of the reasons why I started this channel. I wanted to live out what I never lived out when I was younger. I think it's one of the reasons why I call it creative queer. I'm a creative and I'm also queer. The creative part of it is the fact that I never really studied anything in the arts, but I enjoy the arts so much. I'm so creative. I enjoy fashion. I enjoy painting and drawing. And I never really got to live that out as a day-to-day career, hence this channel. And I do it outside of outside of the 9-to-5 career. I have paintings on my wall that I've painted myself. I enjoy fashion. I'm an artistic person. That's just who I am. And because it's what I feel inside, I want to live it. I want to express it outwardly. In the same way where my masculinity, I feel a sense of masculinity with inside of me, and whatever that feeling is, I want to outwardly express it. So my queerness as well, it's something that I feel deep down inside, and for me it's very important for me to outwardly express it beyond ukjola nendo mazana. It also is having community, having a gay friend to talk about gay shit, you know what I mean? So when I was friends with when I moved to Joburg, and I joined my straight friends in Joburg, and these are friends that I grew up with. They bring out my Xhosa side, my Ayasungqhela side, my Haigaloku Ndongoku kind of side, my very Xhosa upbringing, and they speak to that because again, because I identify with the very Xhosa and I enjoy my roots, I am in touch with them. They speak to that part of me. So I enjoy being with them, and I enjoyed spending time and going out with them. But those who know, like hanging out with straight people, it's fun until it's not fun. You know what I mean? So for an example, one of the issues that I have, or that I had with, hanging out with straight people was, going out. They enjoy the male gaze. They do everything for the male gaze because they're attracted to men, and, everything they do is for the male gaze. Me, on the other hand, I don't really care for boys like that. I don't want to have a conversation with them. When I'm out, my city, a guy or a group of guys that like one of our friends, they'll come chat them up, and then there's different characters get within a male group. Then beko lo uzawuzokuncokola nam anxele uba hey. Have you tried dick before? Maybe you need to you should do and I'm just like, it's like a bored. So I just don't enjoy that aspect. Also, I don't enjoy spaces that, like Father's Day, I'm just like, you are ndifuna spaces njalo. So I personally don't enjoy spaces like Father's Day. I do feel very unsafe. I'm just like, ew, get away from me kind of a thing. Now when I'm out and about and I'm enjoying myself and I'm looking fresh and I'm looking beautiful, for me that's for the female gaze. I want the fames to look at me. I want the baddies to look at me. I want the baddies to be like, damn, who is she? Is that a girl? Is that a boy? What is that? That's what I want. Ndifuna usurroundwa ngamangazana ndibe ngathi ndihappy. Ndisurroundwe noba ndizuwina. Ndifuna nje la atmosphere yabo, la nje usarroundwa ngamankazana.
Noba bendingazuwina papa bendithanda la nto kwakusarroundwa ngamankazana kandiyihabli thanda la bendingazuwina.
That's what I want. And so for me, hanging out with my straight friends, in as much as ndibathanda, oh, I love them down, but it was not fun. It was not fun. Namu, I'm trying to holler at the girl over there, you know. I'm not trying to be about this bullshit yamadota ilapa kind of a thing. I'm trying to kiss girls in the club. So that yearning for me and you know, in as much as ndibatanda and I tell them about my relationships and my experiences, in as much as I think they are allies as well, there's always that aspect for me that I just so strongly wanted to live and to be a part of. I had FOMO. I wanted to just talk about bumping coochies with my gay friends. I wanted to talk to my gay friends about gay things and just gay stuff, you know? So for me, that gay part of me needed to be recognized outwardly, but not only in romantic relationships, but also in friendships and I think in day-to-day life. You know, when you feel something about you or something that speaks to your identity, as a human being, you want it reflected outwardly of you. I think if we discourse this conversation, we can take it to Indaba's office, Masford, for example, and why movements like that were important. It was important for black students who are part of the university, particularly, to feel like they can see reflections of themselves in the institution that they are studying in and not have statues of Cecil John Rhodes, especially because who was positive historically. You know what I mean? So it's important, I think, as a human being to see a reflection of yourself in society. For an example, I have natural hair. I'm probably going to follow a natural hair influence. I think that's essentially the whole point of influencing. You want to see a reflection of yourself in society. When you see a reflection of yourself in society, you feel seen. That is the fundamental crux of why humanity is and exists. We want to feel seen in relationships, in the corporate workspace, in arts, in culture, in life. We want to see reflections of who we are and we want to be validated. That is the human experience. Friendship is about being validated by somebody else in terms of your own human existence and human experience. So, in as much as they were validating this is my straight friends, were validating my Xhosaness, my values, because we come from the same town and we've been friends for all these years, they validated those parts of me. But I always felt that they, in as much as busy allies, they could not really relate to this certain aspect of who I am. And I wanted to be seen. And in as much as Dibatanda, again, they did not have and see and understand that aspect and that part of myself. So I'm looking here because, again, this is where I make my notes. And then I guess on the flip side, there's also masked women who are then, because obviously now I'm bringing up the point about, with my straight friends who are women, they like the opposite gender, and I'm just like, not my fight. And then there's then some masked women who are friends with a lot of men. And again, I guess I understand the relatability. You guys are both masculine and you like the same gender and you hit on the same gender. Be that as it may, I know amadoda bethunana ndiyawazi aziwandim. Ndiyahlala neejans xa ndisekomani okanye xa ndigodukile. Ndiyahlala neejans xa ndigodukile. Kube mnandi. I don't have a problem with men, to be honest with you. I don't want this to be like ndiyabacapukela, but low-key ndiyabacapukela. But anyway, ndiyakwazi uhlala nejani sincokole kube mandi hihi kiki and you know relate about, you know, liking women and talk about titties and ass and kaka. But there comes a point in the night ebumnandini where the man just drops the most problematic statement. Something like, yeah, singabatya bonke, or singabatya benxilile. They say these very wild statements, and I'm just like, Okay. Not too much on that now. And for me, that's where I draw the line. And that's where, when it starts to feel uncomfortable, when it starts to be like, you know, how men objectify women, I don't really think men can truly see women for like the value and the essence and the beauty of who they are. I don't think men have the capability of seeing women the way women see women, if that makes sense. And therefore, that's why for me, sometimes siyangqubana when it comes to that, because I think the way they see women, ihambi imenxe ingakwazi uqhubekeka, you know, further. I don't know if this makes sense, but I don't see women the same way as cis men see women. Therefore, I can't be friends with them because bazaba problematic. And I do think fundamentally men think women are inferior, and therefore there's always going to be a conversation or a point in the night male friends where they're just going to be problematic, where they're just gonna piss me off, and I just don't like that. I personally, I do not like it. I'm just a girl, please. Like, they're just too rough for me. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I get masks that are friends with men, but this is not for me. So for me, the journey of finding my own community was really, really important because I wanted to see a reflection of myself in society beyond being in a relationship, because I'm not always going to be in a relationship. My life is not about being in a relationship. It's kind of as aspects of myself that I live, but I can't, for me, at least based on my own values, my girlfriend cannot be the only existence of my queerness in my life. Whether or not I have a girlfriend is not the only way I validate my queerness. My queerness is validated by the people I keep around me, my ally friends, as well as my queer friends. So, yeah, fast forward, after kissing a few frogs in terms of friendships and finding friends in Joburg, I finally found my queer community and my queer friends. And to be honest with you guys, like, the experience really has been amazing. I think queer friends or gay friends really, really validated me, and they boosted my confidence. Like, seeing your own reflection in society and seeing people who share the same values, and this is the thing about, you know, creating your own community. And this is also one of the mistakes that I made when I kissed the frogs that I did. I made queer friends just based on the fact that we both like women, and that's it. And beyond that, and values that we share, you know, there was none of that. So, you know, finding queer friends that have the same values as you, I think for me is quite key, and has been such a beautiful experience for me. Kumnandi, just to hang out with my queer friends. We talk about women, we talk about the drama, we talk about whatever's happening, we gossip. You know, we go to queer events, we talk about bumping coochies and shit, and like kumnandi, just to be in the atmosphere and in the uphefumula umoya wabantu abagay, because now we're gay. And again, I take this conversation even back to, if we look at, for example, and maybe other straight people who may watch this video and are trying to learn something new, is that I almost equate it to a black person having only white friends. It's just like, it can happen. I know this other baby girl in high school, we coconut, well, that's it, you coconut, because she's black, but I don't have black friends at all. We are kumsha, and I guess ukule bebe kumsha, and that's fine, because I think for her, she doesn't really resonate with the blackness in her, and therefore she outwardly lives what she's feeling inside. So if you don't feel, I don't know how it can exist. If you feel gay but you don't have gay friends, I I don't know, in the comment section, please help me understand this. If you're gay and you don't have any gay friends, tell me in the comment section why that is and why you prefer it that way. Because when I equate it like that, I can understand, and from a racial perspective, you're black, but you have white friends, but you don't really resonate with the black part of you. Yeah, so I really think it's important, if you're black, to have black friends so that your black experience is validated. Yeah, even. And then on the contrary, on the other part of it, I do also understand abantu who, and I saw this other TikTok, I'm going to put it up here. Oops, sorry. I'm going to put it up here, just for you to see, because this also kind of also was the reason why I wanted to have this conversation with you guys.
I've come to the conclusion that, like, I'm a lesbian, but I'm not like a gay lesbian. Like, I don't do gay things. I don't go to gay events, gay clubs, gay bars. I'm not going to Pride. Stood in Pride, Motor City Pride line for 2.5 hours, probably 2-3 years ago. It was hot as heck. I'd never do it again. I would go to, like, a Miami Pride, LA Pride, New York Pride, not Atlanta. There's too many of y'all in Atlanta. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to Atlanta. But I don't do gay things. I don't hang with the gays. I hang with the heteros. I got a bunch of allies. I have a bunch of allies, but, like, I just don't do that. For one, they a little messy over here. They a little messy. And I mind my business and stay out the way. Plus, argue with your mama, not me. I'ma say it. I ain't gonna be the first to say it. That flag a little tacky. Them colors a little tacky.
When I hear people who say they don't have gay friends, they don't want, firstly, I pick up a class thing. Being part of the gay community means that, being part of the gay community kind of means that you have to accept the gay community in its entirety. So number one, there is a class thing. And I will agree and admit to myself as well that I've also kind of had the same school of thought that, being gay, disgusting, I guess it's internalized homophobia, and also the idea that gay people are of a different and are of a lower class. When I thought of gay people, I thought lesbian is less than. I thought these classless people. I think of, every time I hear in the news, I hear about, gay people being killed in the townships. I'm thinking about the poorer class of gay people. I'm just like, it's a class thing, and I grew up, I'm a gay person that I do regard myself as a gay person who's very much privileged. Number one, I'm educated. I went to a Model C school. I went to a good university. I have a job. I have an income. I'm a masculine presenting person, so I'm never gonna have to walk to the taxi rank and, have my life in danger by men on the street who think that I'm trying to be a man. I'm trying to steal their woman. So there is when I'm part of the certain class in society, there is a disdain that I inherently will feel. Well, not inherently or whatever the case may be, but like there is this disdain that I once had because of obviously internalized homophobia about the gay community. So I can understand you are amna and fun ba part of bona. You ba drama, there's that disdain. I don't know how to put it in words, man. But yeah, that kind of an attitude. And I can understand it because it comes from a class thing. The second thing, which in this TikTok also mentioned, and which is also something that was one of the reasons when I had internalized homophobia, was you queer people buying a drama. I don't want to be part of the drama. I distance myself from the drama. And when I sit and unpack that, and now that I'm in the community, and we can talk about it. The drama it is, as queer people, obviously the community is very small. Population, if we had to do stats, we're not as many as straight people. So news gets around quite quickly and easily. We have so much history amongst each other that it could be seen as drama. Drama is this one is sleeping with that one, and that one's friend slept with that one, and that one kissed this one after the club, and entanglement. And from the outside looking in, I can see why somebody can be like, I don't want to be part of that drama. I just want to live my life. I just want to have my girlfriend. I want to have my straight friends, and there's just no drama in my life. And for me, it's like I equate it again to, women who say they don't have female friends because of the drama. And I'm just like, but I also think it's, when we speak of the drama, I don't not think that straight people have that drama too. Straight people have their own drama. It's just that you, particularly as a gay person, are not entangled in the drama because you're not gay. It's not that straight people don't have the drama. It's just that you're not part of it because you're gay. Their affairs are not your target market, if that makes sense. So in order to avoid the drama, which was also something that like I said, it was a belief and an internalized homophobia thing that I had. I think low drama is avoided by picking queer friends or gay friends that share the same values as you do. And this is a mistake I did when I was wanting and seeking gay friends. I just made friends because we're both gay and yeah, let's go. I never really interrogated the person's values. And therefore, that is why I made that mistake, with the friends that I did, or the frogs that I did kiss. But now that I have queer friends, the queer friends that I do have, we share the same values. For example, we're one group of friends, but you won't see me lasting over my friend's friend. I have a solid friendship with my friend Naledi, you guys know, on the channel. Yes, we're into the same woman, right? I mean, not the same woman, but we're into the same... we're both into femmes, even though, okay, like we said in the other video, I'm into a kind of a different type of femme and she's in a different kind of femme. But sometimes, overlap her sometimes. But it's important for us to have those conversations when that happens. And because she's the person that she is and she has the values that she has, we're able to talk about it. So I don't think it's about avoiding drama. Drama is unavoidable. It's part of human existence and the human experience. Feelings and things and backstabbing and betrayal and things is part of life. Just like love and joy and happiness are part of life, the other part is also part of life. I just think it's about being able to navigate izinto based on principles and values. And if you share the same principles and values with your friends, you will never have drama. You will never have izinto eziclashayo. So I'm saying basically to people who say, don't really want to be friends because of drama, or not those people because of class, I say just find your people. Like, you don't necessarily have to be friends. Like, in fact, understand your principles. Understand your principles, understand your values, and find queer friendships and friends and build relationships based on your values and principles, because I think that is the best foundation for any relationship, in fact, so that you can avoid the drama and the whatnot, that you speak of so dramatically, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I think it's a disservice to you to live a life. That is just my opinion. I think it's a disservice to yourself as a queer person to live a life that doesn't reflect who you are on the inside. If you're an artist, I think you should go to art shows. If you love cars, I think you should go to car exhibitions. If you like sports, I think you should go watch the Springboks live in concert. If you love jazz, I think you should go to the Cape Town Jazz Festival. If you like gadgets, you must buy the gadgets and have them in your house. If you are gay, I think you should have a gay community. I don't know. That's just me. And I think in closing as well, I saw this other TikTok. I don't know if I'll be able to find it while I'm editing. that also distinguished the difference between being gay and being queer. And somebody said being gay is actually just actually acknowledging your sexualities, that you like the same gender or whatever the case may be. But being queer is more like a lifestyle where you've fully accepted who you are, you've embraced who you are, and you've curated your life such that it speaks to it speaks to who you are in terms of your politics. And uyazithanda, therefore uyabathanda abanye abantu that are just like you. Uyayiva? There's no way ungathanda abanye abantu xa ungazithandi wena yourself. That's just on me. There's just no ways you can love other people without loving yourself first. You have to have the capacity and the capability to love yourself first before you are able to love other people and love your community. So I do think, in closing, there is a disconnect. And I want us to debate this in the comment section. Maybe you're that one person that is just like, I'll watch your channel, Pumelela, but am I going to go out there and be friends with gay people? Nah. I don't know. To me, just make it make sense in the comment section. It just does not make sense. And for me, I've curated my life in such a way that I really, really, really am queer. I've embraced who I am. Not only do I live this thing online, but in life and in my principles, I make sure I avoid amadoda, problematic. I know when to. I step up and I'm who I am in the office, in life. Everywhere I go, I embrace my queerness. And it never leaves me behind. It's in the friends that I keep. It's in the girlfriend that I have. It's in the principles that I have in life and the values that I have. It's such a key part of who I am that I love, that I can't say I love myself without saying I love my community. Ni njalo, ni drama, ni the poorest of the poor to the richest. All of it holistically is part of a history that has brought me to where I am today. The people who were protesting Estratweni, the people who marched, it's part of who I am. The fact that I can speak on the internet and be free and be gay is part of the privileges that I enjoy because of other people that came before me that are my community. So I can't really say and bafuni abantu abagay, because I don't really think we can exist in silos. Had Bev Diti, Simon fuck, I forgot his surname, Simon Ngoli, I think, had they not mobilized the masses, had they not had the community, we wouldn't have the rights that we enjoy in South Africa. So it's easy to hide away, by means of class and be like, for example, I don't really have to care about the gay community. I'm privileged. I'm educated. I'm never, like I said to you, I'm a privileged gay person. I'm never going to have to experience some of the vile things that gay people have to experience, like homophobia when I'm walking to the taxi rank. I'm never going to have to experience. I'm never going to have experienced that. But, I can't negate myself and say I'm different from them. I don't know if I'm making sense, guys, but yeah, man, that was my 2 cents about, can you really be gay? Can you call yourself gay and not have gay community? I really think gay community is really important to a person. Yeah, to me at least. Tell me in the comment section, how has your journey been in terms of finding queer friends, in terms of, connecting with gay people, whether it be online? Do you really think it's important, or we trying to make it our personality? Is it that important? Maybe I'm more wrong. I don't know. Tell me in the comment section what you guys think. But again, I will see you guys in the next video next week. Like I say all the time, peace in the Middle East, free Palestine, baby. I'ma see you later, alligator. Bye.